No, you are wrong. Buhari hasn't disappointed. Welcome to Njenje Media TV. Please subscribe to the channel and remember to click on the bell icon for notifications. Quite often, humans lie to themselves, but even more often, they push their own lie to the point where they forget it's a lie and start believing it's the truth. Such is exactly the situation with some Nigerians who voted the current President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, but are now regaling the world with tales of how the lanky ex-soldier disappointed them after securing their votes. The people peddling these narratives sound so believable to the point that one would be forgiven to think Buhari was such an excellent achiever with a good track record, but suddenly changed after being voted in as president in 2015. Truth is, Buhari didn't change. He has always been who he has always been. There is absolutely nothing the president is doing today in office that he didn't do during his short stint as head of state between 1983 to 85, or show clear sign of doing in the run-up to the 2011 and 2015 general elections. Talk about ethno-religious bigotry, nepotism, lack of respect for due process and democratic processes and procedures, lack of respect for human lives, a culture of turning a blind eye to corruption when the perpetrators are his friends, cluelessness, and general lack of capacity to perform, etc. But in fairness to him, he has always been quite transparent about who he is. It is the people who supported him that invented so many lies, myths and legends, just to sell him. So, any adult Nigerian who claims not to know that Buhari would turn out this way is lying to his or herself, because there was absolutely nothing about the president, either in 1984 to 85 or before 2011 to 2015 poll, to suggest to any reasonable fellow that this man was qualified to head even a village meeting. Let's look at a few of Buhari's 1984 to 85 and pre-2011 to 2015 records. December 31st, 1983. Buhari demonstrated his disdain for democracy and due process when he overthrew the first democratically elected government headed by late Shehu Shagari and Alex Ekweme. By that singular act of treason against the Nigerian people, Buhari set the country backward. During that same period, he won a world championship in ethno-religious bigotry when he locked the first vice president, late Alex Ekweme, an Igbo Christian in Kirikiri prison, while President Shagari, a Fulani Muslim like himself, kept in a comfortable government apartment in the name of house arrest. Today, has he disappointed in the ethno-religious bigotry department? As head of state, Buhari enacted the atrocious Decree 4, which meant journalists could be jailed for running a story he considered embarrassing to his government, even if the story was true. Tunde Thompson and Ndoke Rabo were jailed under this decree. The worst level of hardship, gross human rights violations, and recession were recorded under him back then. There are people who lived through that period that are still alive today and can testify to this. Yet, even with that loaded gun and a suspended constitution, plus the gift of young age, Buhari failed woefully. Anyone who can name just one verifiable achievement to his name will get an instant cash transfer of 50,000 naira from me. Just one achievement, not two. So, those who are accusing him of disappointing them, on what grounds did they base their expectations that made them believe he has now disappointed them? What exactly did Buhari do that made reasonable people think he was capable of transforming a 2015 Nigeria? Even when he was begging us for vote, and at the time the Boko Haram Islamist terrorist group was bombing Nigerians, Buhari publicly defended the terrorist group and described any attack on them as an attack on the North. Why should anyone now feel disappointed that the same Buhari has today empowered rather than degraded the same Boko Haram with our soldiers being killed in their thousands by the terrorists and buried in mass graves by the army, according to Wall Street Journal? Was he not the same Buhari who stormed Government House, Ibadan, on October 13, 2010, with Arewa Consultative Forum members to ask the then governor of Oyo State, Lama Adesina of the blessed memory, why he is killing his people? Why should anyone feel disappointed that the same Buhari is today providing his people, the Fulani headsmen, with state-sponsored impunity to slaughter other Nigerians and disposes them of their ancestral land? The same Buhari, long before becoming president, publicly declared that his childhood friend and former boss, late Sani Abacha, under whom he served, didn't steal a dime of Nigerian money, even when he's today receiving billions of these looted monies. Surely, you don't need a certain Charles Ogbu to tell you that a man who not only served a certified crook like Abacha, but publicly defended him, must be heavily corrupt himself and not capable of fighting corruption. So, why the surprise that he is dining and wining with corrupt individuals and defending and raising the hands of the Gandujes of the world? In 2011, after contesting and losing the election, Buhari instigated his minions into killing thousands of innocent Nigerians, including youth corps members, even when the then government of Jonathan pleaded with him to just issue a public statement condemning the post-election violence, which would have been understood by his minions as a ceasefire order. Buhari refused. And that was an election he contested under the platform of a little-known, now-defunct Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, which had only one state governor then, ex-Governor Tanko Alumakura of Nasarawa State. How is it a disappointment that the same Buhari is busy today picking his teeth and showing us the photo while millions are being killed by terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers, some of whom are being clearly aided by the army he commands, as evidenced in Taraba incident of 6 August 2019, where soldiers murdered policemen just to help an arrested kidnapped kingpin escape the criminal act publicly defended by the Nigerian army through his spokesman. Was it not Buhari who put our name in the Guinness? Was it not Buhari who put our name in the Guinness Book of Record as an international kidnapper when he tried abducting Omar Diko from the United Kingdom? So I ask again, Buhari. So I ask again, ex-Buharists who continue to ask. So I ask again, ex-Buharists who continue to accuse Buhari of disappointing them. How exactly did the president disappoint you? I am asking because my memory is getting quite rusty, so it is possible I forgot. It's not like Buhari was such an orator that one could plead being swept off feet by his powerful speech during the campaign. He didn't even take part in the debate, which means you can't claim his response to the national issues during the debate made you think he could perform. So, you can't really say you were fooled by his academic qualification. He established no business aside his cows, which is more like a tradition as a Fulani man. So, you cannot say his business ingenuity made you think he would provide jobs for Nigerians. He wrote no book, delivered no lecture, and made absolutely no contribution to the society. All he did was wait for 4 years, come out to contest, lose the election, instigate his minions to spill blood in post-election violence, cry, go home and wait for another 4 years. So, again, I ask, what qualities did Buhari exhibit either in 1984 to 85 or during any of his presidential campaign that could have convinced anyone that he was capable of leading a 21st century multi-ethnic and multi-religious and cultural state like ours? And how exactly has he deviated from those qualities that justifies those who supported him in 2015 and even in 2019 to suddenly start accusing him of disappointing them? This is from Njenje Media TV. Thanks for listening.